Greetings, YouTube comic book community. This Comicfan. It's time for another mildly exciting comic book call. We're on comic book episode number 13.
The bad number.
Oh, that's right. It's the bad number. Unlucky 13. Fortunately, this is lucky 13 for me because I am happy and proud to say that I have finally jumped the hurdle and gone over the 100 member subscriber mark. So hooray for me, yay. Sorry, I don't have the streamers, I don't have the confetti. Just imagine it, it's magical and it will happen. So anyway, thank you guys. I feel very humble to have over 100 subscribers. You guys all know I start this episode off with thanking my new subscribers, so let's do this. We have Earl Grey. Four-Way Flashers, by the way, claims to be my 100th subscriber. Thank you, Four-Way Flashers. Project Birdman, JPK19, Sergeant Deathstroke, Comic Hijinks, Dave 123077. Wow, there were a lot of Daves out there, huh? Dave 123076 was already taken, huh? But thank you, Dave. Tom Ray, Dr. Radium. I checked out Dr. Radium's video. It's a very interesting twist on or spin that he takes on videos. I like him. Check him out. Geekman 59 Arado, the comic book Esthete. I've been following him for quite a while. Thanks for joining. I have Boom City, Comic Insanity, and J. Rodham 78. Thank you guys. I am very humbled to have you guys aboard. Okay, anyway, stop staring at this one. It means nothing. My nephew collects this one. I went into a comic book store yesterday, or Sunday, and there was 3 for $1. How could I not pass up Dynamo Joe #1? Sound good to me? It smelled brand new. It's not brand new, but it's new to me. Black Cross. No, this is Dark Horse Presents Black Cross. First appearance of Concrete. That's an old character, but I've never had it. So 33 cents, what? 3 for $1. I got 3. 33 cents. How could you say no to that? I took it home. And finally, I got a little Robotech action going on. Macross 2. I'm so sad that this is not Macross, just regular Macross. That would have been nice. But I think I only had maybe one Robotech comic when I was growing up. And I said, well, why not another? 33 cents? I'm not putting that one back in the box. I might go back and get another one. There was 2 of them there. And then I went to a bookstore today and picked up quite a few books. This was the first one, the new Flash #1. It's from 87. I think it's his second series. Sounds good to me. I couldn't pass that up for $1. And then this one, although I did not get this one today, I did get the 2 following this for $5. This one I've always had, and since the Netflix series is coming out, I said, geez, I hope I get the other 2 books before the series comes out, because then I'm screwed and it's going to cost way too much. For those in the know or not in the know, this is one of the first meetings of Kingpin and Daredevil. And it spans out across 3 or 4 issues. I've got the first 3 issues. I was so happy that I got them. I've been able to come across the other 3 before, but the other 2 weren't exactly the condition I was looking for. These are, conservatively, I would say, probably very fine minus. But it's hard to get this in a good grade because, it's a black background. So I was very happy to get all 3 of these and finally finish that before the series came out. Still at the bookstore. In fact, all the rest of these books here in this segment are from the bookstore I went to. Avenger 315. It's the first issue where Amazing Spider-Man kind of, sort of joins the Avengers. So what? But it was $1. And I was happy to have it for $1. Then I came across this. I was even happier after that to get this. This was for $1 also. The Flash New 52, #1. You're not going to say no to that, would you? I didn't. And we have Firestorm #3. This has a first appearance. You know what? I should have done my homework. Better yet, hey, I'll give you guys something to do. Do your homework. Figure out whose first appearance is in this. I should have known it, but you guys should have also. Shame on you. Oh, yeah, Jungle Action. Jungle Action, #6. First appearance of that guy. We've all seen it in other ones. It's the Killmonger, yada, yada, yada. What is the great thing about this is that it only cost me 50 cents. No joke, 50 cents. I was stoked to have it. And to complete off that trip to that bookstore, Beware Claws of the Cat. #1. It's man. This is conservatively, I'll say this is maybe a fine minus. The back is pretty good, except I've got this that little part right there. If you guys can look past the Mylar, I should have taken it out of the bag. You know what? I will take it out of the bag. Since you guys asked. What was that? Take it out of the bag? Okay, I'll take it out of the bag. Oh, let's see. I'll take it out of the bag. Oh, there's that sound. You guys know I love the sound on videos when somebody's taking something out of Mylar or just regular plastic. I don't know what it is. It's almost the same feeling you get when you pop those little plastic bubbles. The packing, yes, bubble wrap. Thank you, Sophie. Hooray. My daughter, Sophie, everybody. Take a bow, Sophie. Nobody can see that, but she did. So there is that. It's not a crease. It's not, well, maybe it's rub. Maybe it's rub.
I don't know what that is.
Because it doesn't go all the way through, so maybe it's rub. But hey, there's the claws of the cat. Do you see them? I got this for $10. Not bad. Considering that the back, we just have this little minor creasing here, but it's not bad. What does everybody say when they have creasing? Oh, it can be pressed out. It can be pressed out. Yeah, sure, it can be pressed out. No problem. Yeah, so that was that. All right, on to my next segment. Now, I'm sure everybody's seen a video where someone says, oh, well, he bought a comic book that's not in exactly the same condition that they really wanted in. And, of course, the next thing you hear is, oh, I'll just go get it pressed. Well, good luck finding a guy who can press. That's the way I always think every time I see a video. But I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy that actually presses comics. And I came across this guy who knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy, and said, hey, I got this comic book. In fact, this is a comic book I featured in my last video. And if you guys can please do me a favor, go check out my last video, and you'll know how bad this comic was. I'm about to open this up. I'm going to show you guys what a pressing can really do to a comic book. I'm really excited. If you guys saw this next video, not next video, but the last video, you'll see how bad this comic book was. And essentially what a pressing does to a comic is, well, yeah, it applies pressure. It applies pressure and it applies heat. It takes a while to really press out a comic book. But I'll show you what this comic book did. This comic book was very wavy and crunchy. You could hear it every time you changed a page. What it did is pressed out most of its wrinkles. Now, pressing will not take out. It will take out a spine tick, a non-color breaking spine tick. It will also take out a spine tick, but if it's color breaking, it will not restore color. Please I cannot stress that enough. Do not try and go seek a guy out who's going to press a comic book and expect them to do a restoration job. It doesn't do that. Now, this comic book, like I said, if you took a look at my last video, you'll see that this comic book it's a great issue, don't get me wrong, but it was probably like a 4.0 at best on a good day. So, yes, like I said, it's the first appearance of Hellboy. It had some humidity damage or moisture damage. It got most of it out, but there's still some faint markings right there. But it's come so far. It's come a long way before it did before. And so if there is a comic book that you want to get pressed, good luck seeking them out. But like I said, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who does this kind of stuff, and he's kind of honing in and tweaking out the press. And we tried this out, and it came out with great results. So I just wanted to share this with you before I go on to my next segment. Okay, now moving on to my last segment here. I made a couple stops later on in the week, and came across just two books from Frank and Sons. I have this here, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 90, which I really kind of needed to make to finally complete all the little cameo appearances of Venom. Believe it or not, if you guys take a look over here, it's one of the few covers that features the black symbiote costume and the regular costume, and at the end of this issue is a cameo of the black costume. I'm not sure how all the dates match up, but it's an early appearance of the black costume. And then I also found this Captain Atom number 84. I could have sworn that this was going to be like the first appearance of the new Blue Beetle. Turns out it's not. Sadly, it's number 83. You go and check this out, and it actually features the new Captain Atom, not the new Blue Beetle. Although it does say it's the new Blue Beetle, he actually shows up one issue before this. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm very happy to have this one, and I'll keep a lookout for the others. Later on, Sunday, I went to the Claremont Packing House, picked up just a couple books. I really didn't find a whole lot, but I walked away happy. I was pretty much working the show, so didn't check out a whole lot. But to tell you the truth, I didn't have a whole lot that I was looking for. So I walked away with Marvel Tales number 155, which I believe is a reprint of Green Goblin 17, a reprint of Spider-Man 17 or 18. I'm not quite sure, but it's around that one. And you know what, to tell you the truth, I was actually looking for this book, the regular edition, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get it. Although it does reprint an early appearance of Green Goblin. I'm sorry to say the story didn't really capture me as much as I thought it did. It's kind of cheesy. So that's okay. I only spent about 50 cents on that one. And then I brought out the big bucks. Actually, the big buck. This cost me $1. Stars and Stripes. I remember people were all over it. And they said, you know what? Now that no one's looking for it, I'll grab it. I don't expect to turn or flip this book, but I thought it was kind of funny that I found it. I couldn't just leave it in the box. Another one I found was this one. For some reason, every time I go to a show, I see this cover, and it's almost like it follows me and taunts me, saying, hey, you need to get this book. I finally picked it up. And you know what? I kind of like the cover anyway. It's a McFarlane cover. And I was okay with it. Another Marvel Tales issue, believe it or not. I seem to be buying a lot of those lately. I should actually just start looking for the the actual the actual issues themselves. I went out for a lookout on this, and I came across it. Hey, Captain Atom number 83. Just like I wasn't even looking for it. This has been in some boxes for quite some time. It's rough shape, but and the cover's detached, but I'm still happy to have it. The first appearance of Blue Beetle. Wow, it's an okay placeholder until I find another one, but I am so happy to find this in the meantime. I'm okay, I'll wait. It's an early Ditko, so I'm really happy with that. One last book I found over at the packing house, and it's Impulse number 1. I figured, hey, why not? I have the first appearance of Impulse already, but it doesn't hurt to have number 1. I'll probably take a look at it and read it. And then the last place, I actually went on a run today and found 2 more books that I'm okay having. I came across this today. Sandman number 8. It's the first appearance of Death. I'm not really into Sandman, but you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and read this also, just to make sure there's nothing I'm missing out on. I know what it is, but I think I'm finally going to give it a try and see what it's all about. And then I had been nickel and diming stuff all week, selling stuff I didn't want anymore just to get this. And I'm okay with it. Finally got a copy, and finally my Amazing Spider-Man number 121 isn't alone anymore. It has a buddy. And you know what? If you haven't read this story, please do. Do yourself a favor and read it. It's The Death of the Green Goblin. And it's a great... I kind of like this story. I flipped through it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So, with that being said, you know what? I think I'm going to... come up with some ideas about the 100 subscriber video. Right now, my mind's kind of blank. I don't have a whole lot of ideas. I've got a couple of things I'm toying with, but I'm going to get back to you guys on that shortly. Okay, hang in there tight, guys. You'll see another video from me soon, probably about the subscriber video. But within that time, or just hang in there. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting. It really helps a lot. So a humble thank you from Comicfan in his humble hall. See you guys later.